Alright, y'all see me, I was cute. So I actually got on there. The resort Wi-Fi would let me watch anything on my YouTube, my Netflix work. But my cable services, I couldn't watch nothing that I had recorded to be able to watch while I was down there. So I had to come back home and catch up on all my shows that I watched. But I got to watch Netflix. So I was watching, I think I was watching Pose on Netflix. And the hammock was nice. The breeze was nice. I ended up dozing off. I think I was on the hammock for about an hour and a half. After I woke up, I walked down. I told my mom I was going to my room. I'm tired or whatever. And it started getting real windy too. I thought it was probably going to rain because it would just like start raining out of nowhere. So I thought I was going to my room. But actually, as I was walking down, I decided to go get on the beach. I heard music, so I knew somebody was getting married on the beach too. So I heard music, so I walked out and I went on to the beach, made a couple TikTok videos um, on the beach, and then finally went to my room, showered, and got myself together to try to go to dinner. And we was meeting my cousin because she had texted us, asked us what we were doing. So we decided to meet up with her and her husband. Oh, excuse me, her and her new husband for dinner at the steakhouse that night. So that's what we did our last night. I really enjoyed my trip. I'm just sad that I never got in any other pools. I like put my foot in the pool water to get sand off my foot and off my shoe from when I walked on the beach. But other than that, I didn't get in any pools. And I only went to the beach once. Actually went out there, whatever. So, but all in all, I would say I had a really nice trip. That's a resort that I would like. I would go there again and try to get a different experience. But to be honest, that was my third time in Mexico, Cancun, Mexico. I have another cousin that got married at the Hard Rock in Riviera Maya back in 2018? I think it was 2018. They got married. So that resort and at that resort we stayed on the adult side. My mom and I shared a room and we stayed on the adult side. That place was big. The only thing wrong with that one was that and all of their restaurants and everything was good. Even their buffet place was really good and it was bigger. The only thing is the area that resort was in, that was the rough side of the beach, the rough beach waters. So there was no way for you to actually go on the beach there. They had like a little small area that was like a man-made beach kind of thing that they had at the resort. That was the only thing wrong with that. And then my first time going to Cancun, we stayed at a resort that was like on a strip of different resorts, and that one their food was awful, but the layout of the resort itself was really nice, and it was only about 10 or 15 minutes away from the downtown area where you can go to the clubs and bars and stuff in the city. And all we had to do was walk down the hill from the resort, walk down the hill of the resort, and there would be a little bus to pick us up and take us into the city if we wanted to go in the city for that resort. And I also did like I said, the layout of that, I forget what the name of that resort was, but the layout of that resort was so nice because they actually had an area that you walked to, and it was up because it was like a wall. It was like a wall built up, and there was some steps on the side, some steps on the side to go up to the resort. This side of the steps, you went up, you was going to like the Italian restaurant that was on the resort. This wall, you were going up to like a snack bar, but right in front of the snack bar was an actual square out area with nothing but hammocks, and you can lay in a hammock and just listen to the ocean breeze and feel the air and stuff. Like that's what I loved about that resort. Even though I didn't get in the hammocks, I thought that was super nice. But I would say that I would like to stay at another all inclusive resort that is closer to like being able to go in the city and stuff. But I have to also remember that the two previous times that I was in Cancun, it was pre-pandemic. Pandemic Cancun is totally different from pre-pandemic. But as I said, I did enjoy my trip. The food, I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. The resort itself, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. And the service, I would give it 5 out of 5 stars. It was really, really nice. And my cousin's wedding was super, super beautiful. I loved it. And I hope she did too. It was a lot of work. And she was super tired by the end of it all, but as with most brides. But she had a very beautiful wedding. And I had a wonderful trip. It started off kind of odd because, like I said before, no, I didn't say this. I didn't talk about the flight going down there. The flight from my city to Charlotte, I got in my seat. In front of me sat a family, and the mother and two small kids sat in front of me. And they came on, they was coughing, hacking, and crying the whole flight. Luckily, that flight was only about an hour. Get to my connecting flight to leave from Charlotte to go to Cancun. And I had a window seat again because I had a window seat on the first flight too. I had a window seat again, but this time another family came, and the father and a daughter that looked about 3 sat next to me, where the wife sat across the aisle with a little small baby. That little baby probably was, if she was 13, she might have been 13 months or so. And the little girl that sat next to me, she was probably like 2.5, 3, maybe. It was okay until the little girl got to whining and crying because she wanted to sit next to her mom. I'm dozing off. She keep hitting me, elbowing me, and stuff because she upset and she crying. Then she started picking her nose and she started coughing. When she picked her nose, it was just a lot of mucus coming out. Like, I had to tap her, and I think they were speaking French. I had to tap her dad and let her dad know that you need to get some tissue and wipe her nose. So my flight's going. That was the headache and the annoyance with going. Coming back, the annoyance was we get from Cancun to Charlotte. We get to Charlotte. We only have about an hour and a half layover to get to the next flight. Going through customs. Because our flight and another international flight landed at the same time. We are all in customs together. That process was slow. And to add to that, we had to recheck our bags. Um, so they had to look through I guess they looked through our bags or put our bags through something. So we had to recheck our bags. So we went through customs and immigration, go get our bags, go back up. Go get our bags, drag our bags back down to give them to somebody else to put them on the next plane that we gotta go on. Then we had to go back through TSA, and by the time we did all of that, all I could do was grab. By the time I do that, breakfast bent over. I had breakfast at the hotel. Oh, and then I was annoyed too because my mom called me early in the morning, probably about 9 something. Like, you not gonna come get breakfast because we had to be down here by 9:45. And at the time, I was up and I was dressed. But I'm like, why would we have to be at the front desk and check out by 9:45 if our flight not till 3:54? So, listening to her, I didn't question her. I listened to her. We go eat. We go back up. I check out. We go wait for our transport to the airport. And we waiting and waiting. The person never have our name on the list to take us to the airport. They checked. They said, your flight not till 3:54. You supposed to be back here at 1:55. Not 9:45. I looked at her with a look of disgust. I was over it. Because I feel like she tried to tell the man, no, because he told me 9. And I'm thinking, and I told her, I said, why would he tell you 9? And we're not leaving till 3. Well, 4 o'clock. Who gonna be at the airport all day? I was over it. I was disgusted with her at that point. I was so annoyed. Because I felt like I could have been laid up in my room for longer. I didn't have to rush breakfast. She didn't have to rush breakfast because she didn't hardly eat anything. So she hungry. So we sit around and we wait for lunchtime because she was actually hungry. I told her it's a food truck over there. You can go over there and get something. I tell her what they said they had at the food truck. She gets up, she go look at the food truck, come back empty handed. I'm like, what? I ain't want that. I didn't want none of that. Because we tried to go back to the buffet, but the buffet wasn't open until 20 minutes later, which means she would only have about 20 minutes to grab something to eat. I said, well, do you want to just go in? I said, people are being seated and eating at the buffet. Let's just go in there. You can get you something to eat. No, I'm alright. At this point, she disgusted too, I guess, and she annoyed, and she ready to be home in her own bed. We finally go back up to leave. She never eats, so she hasn't eaten since the little piece of Belgian waffle she had at breakfast. By the time we get home to where we live, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Her head hurting. On the flight, she got overheated. She had a hungry headache because she didn't eat. When we got to when we got to the airport in Cancun, instead of her using that time to grab something to eat before the flight, she wants to go back and go look at the duty free liquor place and buy some liquor. So that's what she did. I went and they had a Starbucks, y'all. And speaking of that, they had a Starbucks. Of course, because we're in another country, the Starbucks app, the way you can use to pay, doesn't work. So I had to pay with cash. That Starbucks had like little toasted, like a little hoagie that you can get toasted. It was like this wide, about this long. I had one, they had mozzarella and pepperoni on it. For that little thing and a grande caramel frat, it came to 15 freaking dollars, y'all. I went ahead and paid it because in my mind, I already knew there was no guarantee I was going to have time to stop and grab something once we got to our next point, which was Charlotte, because I knew we was going to have to go through customs and stuff. I didn't know how long that was going to take, so I wasn't risking it. So I grabbed that. She watched the bags while I grabbed that. When I came back, she went back and went to go look to buy liquor. So by the time she got finished doing that, they was lining us up to go get on our flight. She never went and grabbed anything. And then when we got to Charlotte, we spent so much time in customs and stuff. We only had time to go. I think when we got to our gate, we only had 15 minutes or so before. No, when we got to the gate, it said it was like 7 minutes until they started boarding. I said, "Well, you in this group right here, so you might be." And it was the Bojangles down the corridor. I said, "Go ahead down there and go get a line real quick. I mean, you won't make the flight." No, I'm all right. She still got attitude. I said, "Whatever, forget it." She get on the flight. We in the same row. It's a guy in between us. She gets overheated and sick, and she got a headache. So she lays there and goes to sleep. I guess in her mind, I'm just gonna deal with it because this flight from Charlotte to where we live is only an hour. So that's what happened, and that was the cusp of my vacation. Two vacations. I don't think I've ever gone on two international trips in 1 year. But I must say, both of them were fine. They were both fun. I had a good time. I hope y'all enjoyed my rambling and this. I hope y'all enjoyed this long video and vlog, I guess, of my trip. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you decide to subscribe. Um, I hope you click that like button, and I hope you give me some feedback on this trip. Like, get in the comments and talk to me. People don't really leave comments under my videos, and like I say in all my other videos, I'm trying to grow my channel. I got all kind of stuff, but mostly I get most likes with the fashion hauls and stuff like that. But I'm hoping to get some likes for this vlog that I'm about to put up and chit chat about the royalty in Cancun. So again, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button. Please get in the comments and talk to me. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. It's a nice, bright, shiny November day here in Baltimore. And I hope you all treat each other with the same amount of respect and kindness that you expect to be given to yourselves and your loved ones. And with that being said, peace. See you guys in the next one. Last night, a sunset and some red wine ice cream. It tastes more like it almost tastes like a sorbet, to be honest with you, more than ice cream. But yep, and it do give you a little slight buzz too. That's a beautiful sight. The sunset on the ocean.